Alright guys, it's time. We haven't done one of these in a while. And by one of these, I mean a power scaling versus video where we pit two characters in their most current states up against one another and determine who is superior overall and who would win in a one-on-one fight. And today we are doing a highly requested versus video. SANJI versus King. Honestly, I've been getting requests for this one since I started doing these videos, and now it's time to get into it. So we typically do this by breaking it down into 7 categories: strength, speed, endurance, durability, devil fruit, haki, and skill. And once we're done that, I will do a thorough breakdown of exactly how I see that fight going and who would win and at what difficulty. So with that being said guys, let's get into it. So let's start off with strength, guys. And strength, looking at SANJI, he hasn't shown us any crazy strength feats overall throughout the series. However, he is pretty strong. He's very strong. He's got his genetics with the Germa genetics in him, which boosts all of his natural abilities overall anyways. But overall, I can't think of any insane strength feats that SANJI has shown us throughout the series. King, on the other hand, is a Zoan, and he is an ancient Zoan. And we know with ancient Zoans, their strength and their durability get significant boosts. And because of this, I'm going to have to give strength to King. Moving on to speed. Now, speed is both of their strong suits. Both of these characters have the same strong suits, and speed is one of those strong suits. And King, we know how fast he is. Insanely fast when he is not in defense mode and his durability is down. He switches his durability with his speed, and it was extremely hard for Zoro to catch up with him when he was in speed mode. SANJI, on the other hand, after his boost, after the end of his fight with Queen, we see just how fast he's gotten, and he's gotten even faster in that fight to the point where Queen could not even see SANJI with the human eye. So both these characters insane with speed, but I'm going to have to give speed to SANJI ever so slightly. So if you guys are liking the video so far, why not go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps me go a long way in making these videos. So please subscribe. And now we move on to endurance, and both characters have actually shown us pretty good endurance feats in their most recent fights, especially with King versus Zoro. We saw King was able to take some damage prior to Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Even with Advanced Conqueror's Haki, he was still able to endure some of that damage, which already entails he has very high endurance overall. Not to mention, once again, the natural boost that comes with the Ancient Zone and Devil Fruits. Now, SANJI, on the other hand, has shown us great endurance throughout the series. All the way back in Thriller Bark, we see even though Zoro's the one who took that pain, SANJI was up and ready to go just as much as Zoro was. Throughout his fights, always showing us fantastic endurance. Even his fight with Queen, fantastic durability and fantastic endurance. So both these characters have shown us great endurance feats. However, I'm going to have to give this one, again, ever so slightly to SANJI, because I believe SANJI has shown us greater endurance. And unless we see more from King, which is highly unlikely now, I think SANJI takes this one, ever so slightly as well. And now we move on to durability. And just like speed, but even more so, I think durability is both of their absolute #1 strong suits. And durability, in my opinion, has to go to King. Absolutely, without a doubt, has to go to King. And even though SANJI has shown us fantastic durability, even in his fight with Queen, we see Queen breaks his sword on SANJI's neck. And once SANJI has gone through his Germa quote-unquote awakening phase, his durability now is on a whole other level where you can barely even call him a human. However, in my humble opinion, no one in this series has shown us greater durability than King. Maybe Kaido, maybe, but even then, King's durability is absolutely phenomenal. When he is in defense mode and he sacrifices his speed and is in full defense mode, he can tank almost anything. Almost anything. We saw the levels of struggles that Zoro was going through just to put even a scratch on this man, and his durability coming with an Ancient Zone Devil Fruit is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So durability goes to King for me. Next up, we have Devil Fruit, and this one is not really fair because SANJI does not have a Devil Fruit. So we're just going to give this one to King, but keep in mind that SANJI doesn't have one to begin with. So King takes Devil Fruit and we move on. Next up, we have Haki, and just as King takes Devil Fruit, I believe SANJI takes Haki. SANJI has great observation Haki, we know this. He does not have future sight, or at least it is not confirmed. However, we know he has great observation Haki. He's able to sense some things that even Luffy is not able to sense, as we see with the Black Maria situation earlier on in the Onigashima raid. And King, on the other hand, he hasn't really shown us any fantastic Haki feats. He's shown us Armament Haki, I believe. Observation Haki, we can guess, we can assume. No Conqueror's Haki for both of these characters, so I think it's comfortable to say SANJI takes this one. SANJI takes Haki. And last but not least, we have skill, and skill is a good one. Both characters have fantastic skill. Both characters can have a great versatility in their arsenal, a great versatility with their attacks. Sanji with his fire, with his kicks, his flames, his speed, his durability, he mixes it all in one. He has a fantastic way of using it all into one ability, his armor and Haki. And King, on the other hand, also with his flames, his speed, his defenses, his sword, his kicks, everything. He kicks like Sanji, he fights with a sword. And simply because King is quote unquote a swordsman, but can do so much more other than the sword, where he can fight toe-to-toe with Sanji in Sanji's style, and then he can fight toe-to-toe with Zoro with swords. I have to give skill to King because King's variety and his versatility is just insane. Very, very insane for a character at that level who's not like at that Yonko or Admiral level. So skill goes to King for me. So now how do I see this one-on-one fight going? For me, I think this fight starts off with King absolutely dominating Sanji. And I'll tell you why. The same reason pretty much that he was dominating Zoro early on in the beginning, because King's entire fighting style is a fighting style that's going to take you a long time to understand. Whereas Zoro is pretty much very upfront, Sanji is very upfront. You don't need to take time to understand their moveset and their attacks and how they work with their strengths and weaknesses. King, on the other hand, is the exact opposite, where it's going to take a very long time just to understand his strengths and his weaknesses and how it works. And if King goes into defense mode, he is gonna dominate Sanji for a while here, I believe. And Sanji is just gonna be taking those attacks and trying to learn what he can from those attacks and learn what is King's weakness and how he can deal with it. And just as we know, Sanji is a very durable character, and he's also a very smart character, very high battle IQ. I think he is gonna understand King's strengths and weaknesses and his secrets sooner rather than later. And this is gonna help Sanji get the better of King. With his speed as well, I believe he's gonna outspeed King, even if King is in speed mode. And it's gonna be a battle between durability and speed, because that's both of their strengths by far, without a doubt. But I think as the fight goes on, King's durability is just gonna be too much for Sanji. I don't think Sanji can get past King's durability, and this is why I think King wins this fight. So I do believe King wins this fight, but the reason is because it took Advanced Conqueror's Haki with Enma just to take down King. That was what it took to take down King. And we haven't seen attack potency from Sanji near that level yet. So unless he gets to that level where he has attack potency that can basically scar Kaido, because Zoro's attack on King was stronger than the one even that scarred Kaido, in my opinion. The King of Hell looked a lot stronger than Ashura. So unless we see something like that from Sanji, I don't think he gets past King's defenses. I really don't, no matter how fast he is. So again, King wins this fight for me. Nothing less of extreme diff. As extreme diff as it gets. It's going to be an insanely hard fight, but I think King pulls it off in the end. So that's the video, guys, and if you guys enjoyed this video, then you will definitely enjoy my video breaking down how Katakuri would fare against each of these fighters. So I'll leave both those videos up here. Go ahead and watch those, guys. I'll see you over there. Thank you for watching. Nature Boy out.